2025, we back. We back.
Yes,
Hey, we
sir.
back,
Come
y'all.
on.
Welcome to another episode. Hey, Vibes in Convo.
Come on.
Come on in. Come on in.
Come
Yes,
on
sir.
in, y'all.
Hey, hey, we back, y'all. It's 2025. We missed y'all. Hey, but we back for another year of Vibes and Convo. Hey, the main place that we champion everything and all things that are R&B.
Come
We're
on.
your hosts, as usual. Start with my brother On Key, who's always on key, never off. Then right below us, I got my brother Kirk Quinn, Mr. Get It In times 10 if you want to win. Anything less is a sin. Count your dividends.
Yes, sir. Hey,
And
you
I'm
think he
your,
got bars?
and I'm your brother Sequel 2297. And this week, let them know, Key.
My digging voice. Man, this week. Look, we gotta talk about a classic. We gotta talk about a classic
Yes, we do.
that's attached to a movie that's a classic.
Yeah.
Yo. Crazy. When I think about the movie, I have to think about the soundtrack. That's how good both these things merge together. We're gonna get into that, man. Above the rim. Above the rim. Music soundtrack. Incredible. Incredible work.
Definitely.
Incredible.
We definitely gonna get into the details of that. You know what I'm saying? So we want y'all to you know, stay with us on this journey, man. But there's some things we gotta hit on first, so we can get to this good old journey. Right.
Most definitely.
And later on, we're gonna open up the phone lines and we're gonna do some stuff, man. And we want people in the phone lines when they open up, right? When the phone lines open up, you're gonna see it below. You're gonna see
Yeah.
it below. We're gonna walk you all the way through it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All the
Right.
way through.
Until we get there, you know. Until we get there, man, we got some things to hit on first. So
Definitely.
let's get into it. So
Mm.
check it out for those who have been here before. Or you know what? Let's start with this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How has your New Year's been, Timbo? How has the New
Let's
Year
go.
been for you, sir? Let's start
New
with Timbo.
Year's, first of all, let's give honor and grace to God for allowing me to see another year.
Mm.
First and
Yes, sir.
foremost, happy to be here.
Come on.
My New Year's though, like
Amen.
yeah, I had a good New Year's, man. Definitely had a good New Year's. It's peaceful, uh, fun. My boy had a good time with my boys. Yeah, just a good way to bring in the new year, man. On some peaceful, subtle stuff. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy, nothing too over the top. Just you
Mm,
know, easy peasy,
Yeah.
man. Easy peasy. I can't complain one bit, man. I can't
come on.
complain, especially when I think of all the many people that didn't make it.
Come on.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So,
Yes, sir.
so I'm giving honor to God, man. I'm just grateful to be here, bro. Real talk.
Kirk Quinn. How did you bring in this New Year, sir? How's it been so far?
You know, wealth and what is it? Health and prosperity. Wealth and prosperity with the black eyed peas and the
Mm-hmm.
cabbage.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
You know, I'm trying to teach these kids something different, man. They don't know that living in California. I said, listen, man, black people all across the world, we bring in New Year's with black eyed peas
Yeah.
and cabbage. Why we do that, Dad? Because it's a part of your
Yep.
mm.
tradition. So we did that. So far so good, knock on wood. You know what I mean? I'm not a believer in a New Year thing. I don't think, the resolution thing is cool. I'm not saying nothing
Mm-mm.
against it. But anything that you want to do that's different, you do it now.
Yeah. Don't wait for
Mm.
the new year. I get it. I feel you.
Come on.
Yeah. Every what you think is more important, a new year, a new moment, a new day. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It don't take a calendar to grow and be a new you. So I've been on
Come
Roger
on.
that.
Come on.
you dig. But so far so good. I cannot complain. We all up here trying to do a lot more than
Come
maintain.
on.
it's been good thus far.
That's a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, with me,
Yeah. Hey, hold on.
Let's
Let's
do
do
it
right. So how was your New Year on, Key?
me.
Do
I
tell.
went to one bar, to the next bar, to the next bar, to the next bar, to the next bar. No, I didn't, y'all. No, I didn't. Come all the way down. I did not. No things touch. It was
He don't
chill.
even drink,
It was
y'all.
chill, man. Yeah, I don't even drink. I wasn't at anyone's bar that day. I just chilled, man. I chilled. Bringing in a new year, I chilled. Stayed at home. I like to be at home on New Year's. I
Yeah.
like to be at home.
Safer.
I watched some TV.
Yeah, for sure.
I was listening to fireworks go off. And,
Mhm.
a couple of gunshots I heard in the middle of that.
Yep.
And it was cool bringing it into the new year. And then now we're here in the new year, and it seems like it's starting off. It's starting off pretty cool. It's starting off pretty cool. That start of the year, you always lining stuff up. You know what I'm saying? So it feel like a lot of plotting and planning and execution.
Of course.
But yeah, it was cool for me. It was real basic. Real basic.
Cool.
Keep it simple. Yeah, man.
Very nice.
So now what I want to do is we got to set the tone here so we can get to this journey. Hair Advisor Combo.
We got to set the who?
We like to call it setting the mood.
Set the mood. Set the mood for you.
Yeah.
Man, we got to set the mood here, man. So there's 3 steps we need you to follow here at Advisor Combo.
1, 2, 3.
3. All right. Step number 1 is find your place of comfort. That can be at home. That can be in your bed. That can be on your couch. That can be in your living room floor. That can be in your bed. That can be in your room. That can be on your rooftop.
Gazebo.
For the luxury folks. That could be on your patio.
On the roof.
It could be on your porch. It could be in your den. It could be in your garage. So many places, man. Or it can be on the beanbag.
Yeah.
The beautiful beanbag. Look, for the old school folks, it'd be in the rocking chair, right?
Right there.
Come on. It'd be in all of those places, man.
Yeah.
Right.
So step number 1 is find your place of comfort. Step number 2 is we want you to get a set of headphones, right? Yes, your mobile phone is good. We love it. It does sound good. You can hear us. But we love the headphones because you can follow everything. You won't miss a word. You won't miss the dialogue. You'll feel right in tune, right? No matter where you at, your car, home, out and about, grocery store, yeah. We need you to have them headphones on. Yeah. So step number 2 is get your headphones. Step number 3. We done got it down for the new year. We done got it down. I shouldn't have to be reminded. But step number 3 is we want you to get your favorite beverage.
Yes.
And we want you to place it right next to you so you can enjoy this journey that we're going on to.
Stay hydrated, people.
Now that we got the 3 steps out the way, let's go with this. So I want to venture into the next segment. And we're going to run through this before we get to the journey. The next segment is Riding with Sequel 2297. Let's go.
100. Hey, real quick, y'all. This week for Riding with Sequel on Instagram, man, I got like 4 new entries on the Advisor Convo playlist that y'all need to get up on Spotify. First one I started with was Jane Hancock. Yes, I can't recall it. Y'all gonna talk about a fire song. It's called
What's the name
I
of
Can't
it?
Recall It.
I know you can't remember, I'm just playing. I could not help myself.
Yeah,
Please go ahead.
mhm.
No, let me.
Hey,
Sorry.
also
Sorry.
on the Vibes and Convo playlist on Spotify, we got Kenyon Dixon with Brand New. Another fire. I'm talking about like 90s R&B feel song like that. I'm talking like, like some
Right.
Jodeci or some,
Come on.
yeah, that type of stuff. Also, we got
Mhm.
another intro, another inductionization, if that's a word. We got Elijah Blake
Right.
featuring Seven Streeter, Stuck in My
Okay.
Ways,
Mm.
right now on the Vibes and Convo
Okay.
playlist. And last but not least, hey, and I'm so happy she back on the scene again. Tiana Major 9 with Alone.
Ooh.
Come on. That's the
Right
she the
now
one.
on the Vibes and Convo playlist on Spotify. If you're not already privy, run that up right now. Get on that playlist and run that up. In addition to all the other songs that we got on there, man. We still got this playlist running, man.
That's the playlist right there.
Okay.
Yep, that's what it looks like. If you're on Spotify, you got a
Yeah.
Spotify account, tap
You
in.
can search, you can
We
search
did
it.
all the work for y'all, man. You ain't got to look for real R&B no more. It's right here.
Right.
It's right here.
Yeah.
Yes. And in addition
Beautiful.
to, before we get too deep into the episode, I also real quick want to send a shout out and a dedication to a dear friend of mine, a musician and world renowned keyboardist right out of Cleveland, Ohio, by the name of Niles McKinney.
Mm.
Just to give a quick backstory, Niles McKinney was born June 9th, 1961 in Sandusky, Ohio. Go ahead, Key.
Mhm.
Let people see who I'm talking about. His instruments also the keyboard. He started playing professionally at the age of 13 in New Jerusalem Baptist Church. How world renowned he is, he's toured with Gerald Levert. He's also a member a Daz Band. He also played with another band by the name of Free Agent, and up until his demise, he played with a band that goes by the name of A Band with No Name. He's also recorded with OJ, LSG, Temptations, David Hasselhoff, even. Yeah,
Mm.
the guy from Baywatch. Yeah, that guy.
What?
Yeah, the
The
Hoff.
Hoff.
That's right. Regina Bell, Teddy Pendergrass. Who else? Terry Ellis. And he's also written for songs for people like Will Downing and Gerald Levert. And as well as
Oh, wow.
been in recordings with Michael Jackson.
Mm.
Yes, world renowned keyboardist. We recently just lost this great man, Christmas Eve.
Mm.
Yeah, so I just want to dedicate this episode tonight to Niles McKinney, real good friend of mine, talented, uber talented keyboardist. And for the most part, he just loved music. He lived and breathed this music.
Mm.
Definitely. And can't think of a better way to honor his memory than to dedicate this to him. Definitely. Niles, we're gonna miss you, brother.
Man.
That's him right there. Yeah, man.
Yes, indeed.
Talk
Yes,
about
indeed.
a phenom.
Come on.
A phenom. Yep.
Yes,
Shout
sir.
out in the chat. I see you, DJ Jelly. Thank
What
you,
up?
Mark.
What up?
Don't forget Michael J. Yeah, we did. I got you,
Yeah,
mama.
man.
Yep. We
Yeah.
got you, mama. Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Mm.
That's what's up.
Okay.
Shout out to DJ Jelly. Our Heart
Shout out to
Radio
Jelly.
disc jockey. Doggo, we appreciate the support over here. Thank you, mama. Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in, and my condolences
Yeah, my
to
condolences
everyone in the
who-
family, and yeah,
Yep.
man.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. But not to be a Debbie Down, on a lighter note, we're gonna keep this thing going.
Yeah. Segment. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
Let's go.
next segment is I'm gonna
Hey,
pass
man.
the mic to my brother Kirk Quinn. and he's gonna check the credits for y'all. Check the credits.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So for this segment, we have a segment where we dig into a little history. We get into some details, and it's a segment that we affectionately call
Check the credits.
Sorry, so check it out. This is going to be for today's episode, Above the Rim. The Above the Rim soundtrack is the official soundtrack of the 1994 film of the same name. Now, this soundtrack was released by Death Row and Interscope Records on March 22nd, 1994, and it was executively like that.
That was dope.
executively. That was
I didn't try that. Exactly. How you do that? Exactly. That was cold.
It was executively produced by Suge Knight, and let me see. He acted as the supervisor and producer on the project. And now this album shipped over 2 million copies and won Soundtrack of the Year award in the 1995 Source Award. So this is absolutely positively a classic project. And what a lot of people might not know is that the cassette version of the soundtrack contained 3 extra tracks that could not fit on the CD.
I was just about to bring that up. Thank you.
We definitely gonna dive into that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So if that's the case, if we're going to dive deeper into that, what I'll do is check the credits. You feel me? There you go.
100.
And that's what we got going on today. So thank you guys, and thank you guys for checking the credits for sure. Let's go. Shout out to Marshall Wayne.
Shout out Marshall Wayne.
Shout out Marshall Wayne, friend of the Visor Convo family, man. And for all y'all who just checking in, don't know who Marshall Wayne is, go check out that episode we did with him. Not gonna last year. He's already
check out that interview, man.
Super dope artist. Y'all check him out. Also, he's got a new project out right now. Y'all need to be privy to, man. I'll tag y'all in on that later. But
come on,
Marshall Wayne, we appreciate you, man.
Yeah. Shout out to the chat, man. DJ Jelly, hey, thank you for the compliment. She said, "Dope show."
Yep.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate that. Love.
Yeah. Blessings.
Yep.
Blessings.
Yeah. So we got those segments out the way.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So we need y'all to check that. You know, you ride with Timbo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Kurt just gave you check the credits. So now we're gonna get all the way into it now. Most of the people, some of the people that's here is for this actual topic here.
Yeah.
Right? And that is Above the Rim. Right?
That's right.
So what I want to do is I want to bring up the track listing.
Okay.
So we can
get to work.
So we can stay right there. You know what I mean?
Yes,
and
sir.
Let me see. Best way for y'all to see this.
Let's see if we can blow it up.
Yeah. Let me see. How good is that? Let me go a little more, huh?
Yeah, a little more. Definitely a little more.
You get some of that white out, my boy.
There we go. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think we got more.
Yeah. There we go.
Room with the go if you can.
There we go. Yeah. Look at technology working.
Come on.
Look at that.
Come on.
Yes, sir.
Nice. This was actually a very, very, very nostalgic, dope listen. This was some good homework.
Hey, real quick before we get started, where were you guys individually? Start with you, Key. Where were you when you first heard Above the Rim or when it came out?
Let's see. This was 94, 95. I was definitely just starting junior high.
Okay.
Just starting junior high. So yeah, I was definitely into I was heavy in my music bag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was really listening to like I was fresh off that Playtime Is Over with Immature and all that. Like I
Oh
remember playing
wow.
that heavy around that time. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like
Mhm.
Escape was booming.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
SWV was booming. So and the song they had off
Right.
this song, the song they had off this project, I used to play all the time
Yeah.
religiously.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I was there. I was there. I remember watching the movie
Uh-huh.
and being
Okay.
able to, you know, what's crazy is at that age, you know, the way you consume, you know, it's all about like how you can digest the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was at the age where I can digest the whole concept and theory of the movie. But the songs stood out in the movie for sure.
Right.
Like, you know what I
Mm.
mean? Just the scenes that they picked to play the songs. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Yeah. Dope movie too. Dope movie too. Along with
Hell
a
yeah.
dope classic soundtrack.
Definitely.
Um, you was touching middle school in 94, 95?
How
I
about you,
think
Kurt?
so. I think so.
That's correct. So
Yeah.
that's dope. I was a young pup, young whippersnapper. You heard me. 1994. I remember all of my high school years. All my school years was about a year, right? So in 94, I was in the 4th grade. Um, I I just remember I remember Marlon. I remember Marlon from from
Yeah.
the Living Color, or one of the Wayne sons, being with
Uh-huh.
Tupac on there.
Mm.
And you know, that's my thoughts, that's my memories of the movie. You know what I mean? But I was young, man. I think I was trying to sneak and watch it with my big cousin Xavier in New Orleans, something like that. Shout out to Xavier,
Come
man.
on.
Yep.
Come on. Yeah, man.
Most definitely.
Um,
Where I
Yeah.
was when Above the Rim dropped, I'll never forget because you could not hear a car not playing Regulate, Part-Time Lover,
Mm,
or anything in it.
boom.
I'll
Right.
never forget. And it was the month that it dropped, March of 94. I'll never forget. And
Right.
we were banging it heavy on our way down to Galveston Beach for the Kappa Beach party. It was
Okay.
my first time actually going to the Kappa Beach party, truth be told. And oh
Okay.
my God, that soundtrack literally was the soundtrack to the entire weekend, which ended up being the soundtrack to the summer, ultimately.
right.
It's not a place you
Sure.
could go that was not banging this soundtrack at the time.
Right.
So yeah, it was just very infectious at a point in time in my life for sure. So yeah, that's where I was
Mm.
when this bad boy came out, man. Yeah, definitely, and it influenced everything and everybody at the time. It definitely did.
Hmm.
Yep,
Right.
Come on.
very important
Come
soundtrack.
on. Look,
Kind of
chat.
jealous.
Where was y'all at
Yeah,
when this
that's-
came out? Where
Right.
was hey,
yeah. We love to know
That's
where y'all was.
sequel asked that question. Come on. Where
Mhm.
was y'all at?
where y'all was at.
Marshall Wayne's.
Marshall said he was in the womb.
He did. Let me post that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you wasn't even done cooking yet.
I was still cooking in the womb.
I know. Wow. Yep.
Right.
Let's see. Where was everybody at when this movie?
Yep. Let us know in the chat. Let us know in the
Heck yeah,
chat, y'all.
man.
Yeah, let us know.
Or later on the show, we'll open up the phone lines. Y'all can let us know.
Yeah, we're gonna do that too.
Yes, sir.
I'm like Marshall. I'm kind of jealous of a sequel because he was outside doing Kappa things. What?
His
Well,
his
I
memory
was
of
in
that
high
time
school
is
then.
really good.
Yeah, but I was in high school at the time, so I mean,
Yo,
a little
Yeah.
older. I could
I
get
mean,
away
that's
with a lot.
dope.
Get away with
He
a little
was, he
more.
was outside. I
Mhm.
was
Yeah, man.
sure. I was
I got a question.
Sure.
For
run that.
sequel and Kirk Quinn and the chat.
Okay.
And for the chat.
Okay.
All right.
All three of us.
Did Tupac's role scare you? Now, what I mean by that is, do you feel like Tupac role in the movie actually matched Tupac at that time? Now, because as I remember, this is like right before the Death Row,
Yeah.
completely got him. Death Row was messing with him.
He was still Digital Underground
Right.
at the time.
Yeah, this brother got a
Yeah.
baby, and
It was Tupac.
Right.
Still.
Now, did that role? What did you take from his role? Did you feel like that or no?
Now I could definitely tell you the temperature at the time. Everybody in their mouth believed that was Pac. It was so doggone
he was
convincing,
gangster.
and it wasn't so far off from his rap persona. So people believe he was just playing him. Definitely. And even going back and watching that
Yeah.
now, like he did such a good job. Like you could believe like that wasn't all him,
Mm-hmm.
but that was definitely a part of him that he was portraying, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Pac was such a great actor. But if you go back to like Juice, if you go back
Yeah.
to that time, you got to realize Pac was a gangster. His the way he was depicted in film was definitely, mirroring his rap persona. Pac was a gangster, and I think because I like Juice, you know what I mean. That's another one. I was, I saw that with my cousins again.
Right.
Yeah, they was exposing me to all the things I shouldn't have when I was a kid. Juice, Nightmare on Elm Street, that still scare me to this day. But anyway, yeah, I think Pac. I think I don't think it didn't scare me. I just believed it.
Yep.
I just believe that Pac is like that.
Yep.
And that's funny how people put so much West Coast on him, but all his early stuff was on the East Side.
It's interesting. Huh?
It's like it's kind of strange, actually, anyway.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now about this soundtrack.
Yes. Let's get into the soundtrack.
Let's get into it. Suge Knight and Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Huh? Death Row. This is a Death Row production.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Death Row project.
Now we like Kurt, you touched on it in the check your credits about the extra songs that didn't make the original original soundtrack, but was later put on cassettes, and I think even now it's even on the, like, if you look it up on Spotify, it's those songs. Some of those songs are there.
Yeah, they're there. Full transparency though, it wasn't that they weren't available. They added them later on. No, the initial release, because I had both. I bought the CD first, and then I ended up buying the tape later on because somebody stole my CD. but initially when they released it or whatever on the CD, them tracks weren't available because they could only fit them on the tape. They weren't even doing hidden songs or hidden tracks on CDs yet at the time.
Right.
They weren't even formulating CDs like that yet at the time. So whatever could fit on the CD, that's just what went on that bad boy. But with that tape, when you went and got it on tape or cassette, that's when you got them last 3 songs.
Okay.
Yep. So they initially released it like that though, which was crazy to me.
Yeah. Now that makes me wonder, because it makes me think, like, was this always happening? You know what I mean? Like, did it happen with other soundtracks, or did it happen with other albums? Because I know at one point, like, especially when we was doing CDs and things like that.
Yeah.
You there was hidden tracks, there was bonus tracks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know if as time went on, they start making the CD duration a little longer. But it's interesting. That's what triggered my brain when I'm thinking about this, because I'm like,
understand.
I remember a lot of songs being on a lot of projects, but maybe it's the duration of the time of the songs, because I see a lot of 4-minute songs. You know what I mean? As you look
at full
at
transparency,
it, like,
full transparency, you guys. You got to remember, during this time frame, CDs was still kind of new.
It was.
Like people still buying tapes and stuff heavy. I know I was one of those. Like I was the tape guy.
if you had a CD
I
player in
always
your
had
car,
like
you
5
was
or 6
that
tapes in my
dude.
pocket at any given time. Like I was tape heavy. CDs were still kind of new. They were still ushering CDs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and CDs off the rip was like
Right.
$20 off the gate for a CD when they
That's
first came
crazy.
out. So you mean so as stuff started progress, I think it was more so people just experimenting what they could and couldn't do at the time. I think that's more so what it was.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Because certain stuff you could find on CD, even then, certain stuff you could find on CD, but you couldn't find on tape. Certain stuff was still coming out on tape, but you couldn't get it on CD. Like it was a lot of
Crazy.
like back and forth, people one catching up with the other. Before you knew it, they ushered out cassettes completely.
Right.
Right.
You know one song that I forgot was even on this soundtrack
Talk about it.
was the Regulate.
Mm-hmm.
The
Which was
lead
so
song.
huge.
But like I don't attach
It's
it
easy
to
to
Above the
forget that,
Rim.
though.
I didn't attach it to Above the Rim
Yeah.
till I went back and listened to the whole soundtrack, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
And initially, that's how that song got ushered in, was off the soundtrack before it was officially on his album, his debut album, which came out maybe some months or to a year later, I think.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
but ultimately, like that was a double whammy for him.
That's the first time we heard Warren
Yep.
G like that,
Yeah,
huh?
first time the world heard Warren G. Really.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Him and
That
Nate.
song was so big.
Yeah, it was.
Crazy, man.
They used to play it on the box.
Yep.
Yeah, man. They used to play it out here in Cali, like, oh my God.
Yep.
Religiously.
Oh man.
Like,
And you could, same thing in Texas. You could not cut on the radio and not hear that song at least twice before you got out the car or cut the radio off. At least twice. It was
right.
always playing. Yep. Shout out to Warren G, Nate Dogg. Rest in peace, Nate Dogg, man, for dogging that, for a classic that still resonates to this day.
Come on.
Definitely. Genius work.
Yep.
But yeah.
Is there now my next question, is there a song on this soundtrack that when you hear the song you remember a certain scene of the movie?
Oh man. That's too easy.
Come on.
What's your
song? First off, my favorite.
I can think of one right now.
First off, my favorite, and they didn't play it to the end. I was mad about that or whatever, but still, my favorite song off the entire thing, Big Pimpin', featuring Nate Dogg by the Dog Pound. Like they didn't play it to the very end of the movie, but doggone, man.
They did, yeah.
Like the whole feel, how they flowed on that bad boys. It was to be so gangster, it was still so soulful at the same time.
Right.
Oh,
right.
I loved it. I loved it. Yeah. Yep. That was the one for me though.
You know, Part-Time Lover by H-Town.
Of course. Rest in peace, Dino.
The scene where Pac was talking to what's his name in the movie? I remember they was just upstairs where the pool table was, and he was enticing them with the females, and Part-Time Lover was playing in the background. I said, "Oh, they picked this song for this scene, like it was crazy." So when I hear that song, it reminds me of that scene right there.
Oh, you talking about Dwayne Martin?
Dwayne Martin, yeah. I forget the name in the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, he that it reminds me of that, because I thought of that, like they picked playing that song during this time, like I was able to put it together, like there was heavy thought into that, like you know,
right?
But
Part-Time Lover,
remember,
produced by Devontae Swing,
right? The song that I see, I can't think of the scenes in my mind, but I just remembered when I think about this movie, I think about Lady of Rage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like,
yep.
That was, when I thought of this movie, that was like the first song.
No, they didn't.
They played it during the credits.
They played it during the credits.
Yep.
It's a lot of the soundtrack that didn't get played during the movie, but the soundtrack was so strong at driving the movie ticket sales up.
Yeah, and I think they play SWVs
Oh,
anything during the
Anything?
tournament, right?
oh yeah,
During the
definitely.
tournament, yeah,
Yeah.
basketball tournament at the end.
Okay.
And they always played the remix,
Right.
Yep.
which is on the soundtrack. It was the remix of
I
it.
like that, y'all. I
They
like that.
wore
I
it
like
out.
that, y'all.
And another thing
Yeah.
that drove it, and this is in its totality, this is when hip hop and R&B collide. It's one of the main times hip hop and R&B collide to do something great.
Perfect marriage.
Wu-Tang Clan, who was still fresh at the time, featured on here with SWV, drove it really out the roof.
Mm.
Because people like, what? Wu-Tang with that stuff? What? Like that alone. Like that song itself might have drove the entire soundtrack. The sales of the entire soundtrack,
Right.
as infectious as that was, in addition to Warren G's Regulate. Them two songs
Right.
alone.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
Right.
both those songs were literally everywhere.
Right. It's crazy, man.
Yep.
A lot of great songs on there, man. The homework really got me because it made me go back and listen to it. And they got some records that I didn't even
Yep.
remember.
Yeah.
Artists that I forgot about that was going
Definitely.
crazy on there.
Definitely.
Man.
All right. Let's break it down real quick, man. Let's start with the
Let's-
first song.
And let's what we're gonna do too is we're gonna open up the phone lines
Yes.
right now.
Okay.
So right there below
Boom.
is the phone line number, man. We want y'all to call in, man.
Call in. Give us y'all
Yeah,
experience.
man.
Where were y'all
All right.
when Above the Rim dropped?
Yeah.
What song
where's
stood
y'all
out
at?
to y'all? Like what songs y'all still feeling to this day? What resonate with you?
Yeah, tell us about what you
Right.
you know.
Mm.
You feel
Talk
from
about
this,
it. Talk.
the
Yeah, call.
soundtrack, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to call in, man. We right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Number is
I'm hella
below
interested. I want to know where
619
people were.
436 4724. Come on.
We will answer. We promise.
And as we're waiting for them calls, we can get into it. Let's get into them songs.
Most definitely. The first
Okay.
one, leading off the entire soundtrack, started off with SWV. Anything remix featuring Wu-Tang Clan.
Coco is spazzing on anything.
Man. More than the original.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Right.
Hey, it was a remix of anything off their debut album. It's About Time. The sample that they use is actually from a song called "Get Up and Dance" by a disco funk band called Freedom. That hails out of
Okay.
Jackson, Mississippi. Yeah,
Is that right?
definitely. That's the significance of that sample, and it's been sampled, and that sample's been used many a times by many artists. They weren't the first. They damn sure weren't the last.
Come on.
Yeah, very, very prominent hip hop sample also. But yeah, Coco walked on that bad boy.
Anything you want me to
I
do
know.
it. Yeah, she was going crazy.
Look, low key, even ODB got his moment.
Yeah, he did.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You talking about classic moments, man? Come on.
Mhm.
Everything about that song bring up
Uh-huh.
anything that was happening during that time.
Mhm.
And it was an R&B song. It was an R&B first song with the hip hop feature.
Yeah.
Man, different times.
Yeah, it was fun. It was definitely a fun song. Good way to start off the soundtrack.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Big Pimpin'. The Dog Pound, huh?
Big
Dog
Pimpin'.
Pound found their way on a lot of soundtracks.
Man, yeah, they did.
They on a lot of soundtracks,
right?
Bro.
But they were undeniable though. Like,
yeah,
and let's give credit where credit was due. Let's give Daz his props as a songwriter and producer. Like, come on, man. Like Daz, like a lot of people credit like Pac and Suge and Dre for the success of that record label, but Daz Dillinger,
He just put his head down and worked, man.
That's it.
Daz and Warren G.
Hmm.
People, hey,
Hey, yeah, Big Pimpin' was definitely and like I said earlier, definitely one of the standout songs on the entire soundtrack for sure.
Right,
yeah.
man. Regulate. Nate Dogg and Warren G.
Ah,
Right.
Do we need to say anything about this big song?
right. But for educational purposes, for people that don't know, which I
Mount
know
up.
we do, but for our viewers that don't know, they obviously sampled
Talk about
Michael McDonald. I keep forgetting.
Mm-hmm.
Classic R&B, actually slash disco. Because come to disco era.
Right.
Disco song, prominent song or whatever, and the favorite of my mom. So to see them redo that or whatever, it made her like one of the few songs that made her like listen to something that had some hip hop on it. I mean, yeah, Regulate was definitely one of the ones. Great storytelling, great singing.
And they was going back and forth, Warren G and
Yeah,
Nate Dogg was doing that in and out.
yeah.
Crazy.
And one of the few times you saw a rapper and a singer go back and forth like that.
Right.
Usually it's two rappers.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's two singers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's never one of each.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
Classic, man. Classic.
Yep.
Afro Puffs, Lady of Rage.
Craziness.
How many females did we see rocking Afro Puffs because of this song? All of a sudden.
Straight up.
What? No, girls. Hey, some of them could do it. Some of them didn't have puffs. They were more like pebbles.
Shout out to Lady of Rage, because you know what? I always thought that she was from Cali, but if you listen to the record, she say straight up she from Virginia.
She from VA.
Mm-hmm. Yep. She from VA.
Another VA.
Like, wow. Right.
Yep, another VA.
VA,
right,
a VA had that roll with all the West Coasters.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, in the 90s, the West had it. Everybody was rocking flannel.
Even East Coast. Yeah. Everybody.
Look, we was rocking flannel in New Orleans. If you listen to that old Boot Camp Click stuff with Mr. Coil on them boys from off the West Bank with blue flannel on, straight up blued up. Crazy.
Yeah, shout out Lady of Rage, man.
Shout out Lady of Rage, man.
I'll be sure I'm still in love with you. Smooth song.
Right.
One of the few times you hear Al B. Sure ever do a remake in his career or a cover in his career. And this was the one. Classic Al Green song. We all know it. We all love it. Mm-hmm. And Al B. Sure did a good job. Mm-hmm. Definitely did a good job on it. Most definitely. I think Al Green definitely was proud of it also. You ain't hear no backlash. No tabloids behind it.
I'll be sure like turned into like he went from like being this artist, then went super duper songwriter, then went into like super duper like producer and then like the dude that discovered a bunch of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's responsible for a lot of R&B acts. Kind of like Keith Sweat.
Yeah.
Kind of like Keith Sweat. You know what I mean? Like
but Keith Sweat was more out front with his
and he stayed in artist mode, but he still was like finding like all these acts, like crazy, both of them. You know what I mean? Like,
you know, the one that got me, because they got records on here I've never really heard before. There's a record by Jewel on here where she was sounding like she was giving strong Mary J. Blige.
And she was that for Death Row too. She was there, yeah. She was that for Death Row. Actually, she was the first lady of Death Row.
Right.
And it was
right.
That's crazy. She had a record, It's Not Deep Enough, produced by Mr. Delvin.
Still go hard.
Shout out to Jodeci.
Was that on the original track listen? Do I see Jules?
Yep, number 17. It's Not Deep Enough by Jewel.
Yep. Crazy.
It's not deep enough.
You got that?
Yep. Ooh,
You
I
feel
have a
me?
piece of pie coming in me. Oh my! Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, she was riding on that. That was good. That was a good groove, also.
But and one more honorable mention. I think my favorite song on there is number 14,
Oh
Cracking
yeah, yeah, yeah.
by the OFTV. That
OFTV.
song was
Hard.
Mm.
kind of
It
hard.
was. It was. Oh, and not to get too.
Produced
Hold
by
on, real
DJ
quick. Not
Quick.
to get too far away from Jewel and that song.
Yeah.
It was also a song. It was also a song formulated that was heavily sampled. To put together. It was sample. The samples included Donald Byrd's "Wind Parade," "Flash It to the
Okay.
Beat" by
Mm.
Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, and Jodeci's "Success."
Mm.
Oh, shout out to Mr.
That
Delvin.
all
Makes
those
sense.
samples formulated that song.
Come on.
And, yeah, the success for sure I can vouch for. Like you can hear the elements of that in the song for sure. That stands out for sure. But the other two, yeah, I was like, wow, okay, deep. See this music thing is deeper
Interesting.
than just you know what I mean.
Right. Right.
Right.
Most
Sure.
definitely. Yep.
Come on. Come on.
And any songs that stood out to y'all, or you know what I mean? How about for the chat, for everyone that's watching? If y'all got any songs that you remember that hold a specific place in your heart, feel free to drop them in the chat, either live or
Come on.
after. You know what I mean? We want to know what resonated with you all for the soundtrack.
Come on.
What we got next, Key?
Come on.
Still love
Yeah,
what we-
man.
Blown away.
You said what?
You said
Blown
oh,
away?
I said,
Yeah, blow it away. Be Rizzle.
Oh yeah. If you smell any smoke, it's just me and my homies getting blown away. Baby.
Yep.
Right.
Like
Oh,
all
my
the songs was like that. Like
God.
if you
Just-
sung, it had to be
Yeah.
you had to be talking that gangster talk. Like,
Yeah.
Talking about the
But all
homies.
good soulful grooves though. Like it wasn't just like
Mm-hmm.
all straight boom bap, which was still prevalent at the time. Like it was
Right.
just a lot of funk, a lot of
Mhm.
R&B, a lot of soul, man, just all mashed in this bad boy, man. It was bigger than just a hip hop or R&B soundtrack, to be honest with you.
Right.
It
Right.
really was. And probably one of the reasons why it still resonates even now, man. People still talk about this soundtrack to this day.
Oh yeah.
To this
Oh
day.
yeah.
For real, for real.
Big songs on here too, man.
Yeah. Big song.
Man. Pain.
Yeah. Pain. I was trying to wait till the end for that one. That was probably I remember that.
Oh yeah.
That song was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yes,
They
it
got
was.
the yeah, they played that a lot through the movie. Just the music too, the instrumental. They was playing that a lot,
Sure did.
especially
Yeah.
talking about what's his face.
Yep.
What was he? Thomas Shepard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shepherd.
Yep,
Yeah.
Shepherd.
Shep.
The hometown hero. Most definitely.
Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
Tupac's Pain, man. He samples Earl Clough. Song called Living
Okay.
Inside, which is another
Okay.
famously used hip hop sample.
See.
And what Pac was spitting on that bad boy, man, it was just dog. I think every person
Yeah.
like he literally put every person's pain into one song. Like it was so
Yeah.
descriptive of so many different scenarios that involve pain, man. It was just
Mm,
so
mm.
ahead of his time, Pac, man. So ahead of his time and gone way too soon.
Dude, Pac was a superstar,
That song
bro.
made that song made the movie sad to me.
Yeah.
Or my trip, did y'all feel like that?
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's something about that
Absolutely.
beat
It gave-
and the lyrics, like the way he, and then the story, like
Mhm.
Thomas Shepard's story was
Nothing but pain. Pain, loss,
Right.
regret,
mm,
denial, even.
right,
It's not just a
Right.
river.
Hey,
crazy.
Yeah,
Straight up.
yeah. A very, very deep story.
Yeah.
Above the Rim was. It really was. Didn't notice it at the time.
Right.
Because we were all caught up in the visual, but going back and watching it, I was like, yeah, definitely was layers to this movie. A lot of messaging.
It was.
Whole lot of messaging. Definitely.
Yeah, because they actually played the song at the end, like as you know, they faded out the song after what's the name hit his jump shot.
Yep.
He's playing for Georgetown.
Yep.
His jump shot.
Yep.
And then
Dwayne Martin.
What was Dwayne Martin's name on that movie? Now it's gonna bother me. Yeah. Let's fact check that because that's twice now.
Go ahead, Kurt. Tell him. Check the credit.
Gotcha. Check the
credits. That's what Key about to do. Check the credits.
All right, got it. Let's see. Kyle Watson.
Kyle.
Yeah. Kyle.
Hey, his mama was checking him.
Oh, what?
Was checking him.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. That's it. And then Will Harris character.
No. He got people were scared of him.
Yeah.
People were definitely scared of him.
Get up in here all the time playing. His car scene, though.
Oh,
he was too hard.
Hell yeah, he was. Give me that.
Yeah. Why was it so? I mean, and it's funny because it's like watching that movie make you forget that they had other movies that was nothing like these are great actors. Yep. Like I remember Will Harris really from Remember the Titans.
Yep, and all this was before that.
And this is before that. That's crazy.
You know, Marlon Wayans in the back seat. He said that dude need a hug or something.
Yep.
Boogaloo.
And they was watching when they was watching Thomas Shepard play.
Yeah.
The ball, and he was like, "Yo, this dude is playing ball with no ball."
Yep. Yep. Somebody. Hey, anybody? Hey, call in, people. What's going on? Come on. Anybody?
Yeah, man. But that's what's up. I think that overall, I think that you know. You can remember moments. You remember moments from the soundtrack and the movie, which I think that's super dope because they playing off of each other, big time. Like the fact that I can remember when the song was played in the movie, it lets me know that they're playing off of each other. They're assisting one another. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing about those. That's the thing about Oh no, we good. We good. No calls has been made at the moment. But yeah, man. It's one of them things, man. Mm-hmm. I love how the soundtracks was around that time, you know.
Yeah.
The fact that they played off each other like that. I wish we can do that again, man. I wish there was soundtracks again, the movies, you know what I mean? To just help you remember it, you know what I mean?
Right.
And super dope.
You know,
super dope. Yeah, man.
These soundtracks was kingmakers. You land a lead single off a movie soundtrack, you famous.
Right. Say it again, Quinn. Say it again.
So you land a single off of a soundtrack. That made you a king. That was a kingmaker. That put you out in front of people. These days it's different. You know what I'm saying? I won't say the last great soundtrack, but one of the soundtracks I remember that I was bumping was like the Black Panther soundtrack.
Right. Black Panther soundtrack.
But yes,
that's another one.
But But freaking Above the Rim in this era, it was a really big deal.
Super big deal. I'm gonna have to go watch the movie now. See, they play off each other. You know what I mean? They make me go. You know what I'm saying? Let me go over analyze the movie. Yeah,
Right. Now I gotta watch it again.
Come on. He said, man, I
Sure,
won't
man.
take your offers, man. There's some parts in there, man. You might be playing for another team. You should play it for me. Good game.
That's crazy.
It was some cold-blooded part. It was some cold-blooded parts, but I love it, man. I love the soundtrack and everybody, you know.
Mhm.
You know.
Let's see, man. I know what I'm doing tonight.
Right.
And what everyone that's watching should go do if they haven't already, go watch Above the Rim, man. Get back familiar with that. And bang this soundtrack too, man.
Right.
I
Got a
know it's
caller
everywhere.
216-470. Please call back.
Okay.
216-470.
All right.
Okay. We are here, baby.
Hey, any other honorable mentions on this doggone album or this soundtrack, man? I know we brought out the hits. We brought the memorable ones, but I know we didn't bring up artists that had like impactful songs on here, like CPO, Boss Hog. Just so you know, CPO. If anybody remember, man, CPO had that voice, man. He was almost like Biggie before Biggie, in a sense.
Right.
Like that something about that voice and how he spit, man. He had this like monotone bass that just that's just massaged the track, bro. And he could spit too, man. He's so descriptive in his rhymes. Yeah, CPO had you believing like he was like some dark boogeyman or something.
Right. He went crazy. That was the song that went crazy. The song "Loyal to the Game" with Tupac and Stretch.
Yeah,
I
couldn't miss, man.
I couldn't miss. And I really, really like Lord G song, "My Money Right." I thought it was crazy.
Probably out of all these predominantly West Coast artists on here, and there's supposed to be a West Coast soundtrack over there, it's probably only East Coast artists.
Right.
Like all out East Coast artists. Yeah, Lord G.
Because he was right. Yep. Straight up, huh?
Straight up East Coast. I mean, not to say that some of them, these artists didn't have East Coast ties or weren't born over there, but this one like all out, like, or like I'm from the East, like this is what it is, like, and he spit like that too. Definitely.
Right.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I got a lot of great records on here. I do. It made me want to go and look up B Rizzo.
Yeah.
If you smell any smoke, just me and the heart getting blown away. Yep. It's hard. I was like,
another good single off here that gets honorable mention, and I'm only bringing them up because they turned out to be from Texas, trio from Texas, Rhythm and Knowledge. You bring a dog out in May. They had a good groove on there.
Yeah,
it sounded like something that could even play on the radio now. Something you could listen to in traffic. I just had third, but it was a good, fun groove or whatever, almost playful in a sense, but definitely a good fit on this soundtrack or whatever. But yeah, Rhythm and Knowledge is a trio from Texas.
Yeah, from Texas. Okay.
Yeah,
that's funny, man. Everybody was on that West Coast. Everybody was West Coasting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think and that just goes to show, man, the impact that artists like NWA and the DLC and doggone Eazy-E and Ice-T and everything that was coming from the West before them or whatever, like had such a long lasting impact that it was influencing the game as a whole, one way or the other.
Right.
It really did, and it was still even resonated, as you can see in this soundtrack 3 and 4 years, 5 years later. Right.
Yeah.
Like it took us a while to get out of that whole khaki suit flannel. It took us a while to get out of that.
The khaki flannel combo.
It took us a while to get out of that for real. I'm not mad at it though. Not mad at it at all.
Yeah.
It was definitely a time. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Female like
yes, sir.
let's see, how about Paradise? That's another honorable mention. These are all some of these artists are artists that we haven't heard from since or seen again
Hoochie
or
Snap-
anything.
yeah,
else
that
or
was
whatever. But still,
crazy.
they did their thing on this soundtrack, man. Hoochies Need Love Too.
Yeah.
Which is a play off of Ozzy Brothers
Also-
Groove with You.
Yeah.
Yep. But back to OFTB, man.
That is right.
Them dudes, man, they definitely probably had the hardest song on the album.
That song. I'm up here running doing my exercises. And that song came on.
Yep.
I was like, oh,
Yep.
this
Yeah,
go
the-
hard.
And it was comprised of 2 samples. One being Barry White's Playing Your Game, and the other one
Okay.
Houdini's Friends.
Right. That's what I
Yeah.
heard in there for sure. That caught my ear. Right.
Yeah, that hard hitting. Yep. Definitely.
Right.
Yeah, man. A lot went into this soundtrack, and it definitely set a precedent for that time frame as far as not just soundtracks, but how music was being made at the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Yeah, man. This soundtrack, crazy, man.
Yeah.
I love it. I love everything about it. It
Magic,
would be hard. It would be hard to do Above the Rim too, if they did it around
especially
that time.
now.
Yeah,
Especially now.
you know, yeah. I'm glad they'll leave it alone.
Yep.
I
Hey,
want
it
them
stands alone, man. Let's stay where it's gonna be.
to leave it alone.
Definitely.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Okay. I'm over here cracking up. My
Why? What
God.
happened?
Don't worry about it. Great
Most definitely,
soundtrack,
most
guys.
definitely.
Come on.
We live for
Stay out of
2025.
my room.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
Um,
It's the top of the year. We gotta start doing that. You know, people all them catchphrases for the new year. Like, it's time to do that again.
yeah, yeah. Any last shout outs before we get about this thing?
Hey,
Yeah,
shout out to the chat,
Come on.
like we always do.
Come on.
Real quick,
Right.
shout out everybody that was in here tonight. Marshall Wayne, DJ Jelly, shout out. Once again, shout out to Niles McKinley
man.
and his family. Our condolences, man. We bid y'all adieu. We're definitely going to keep his name alive in spirit on this podcast, and definitely as long as I'm breathing, for sure. In addition to that, shout out everybody in Cleveland and during this cold weather, on top of the snow. We're supposed to get a couple more inches tonight, man. Hopefully we don't get snowed in, but for the most part, man, y'all stay warm, stay out this cold. We black folk, we're not built for this stuff, man.
Right.
We're not built for this stuff. Don't even
Well-
get out there playing with it for real.
You could be in Cali right now with the world burning down. So I want to say shout out to everybody in California and the SoCal. You know, we're going through some forest fires and all that stuff
Yeah.
right now. Shout out to all my peoples in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? It's been an interesting year so far, but we come in to bring some positive vibes. We want to make sure we give a great escape to the everyday ills of life. Come over here and vibe with us, man, because
Come on.
it's good over
Come
here.
on.
Most definitely.
Yeah,
Key,
man.
any last shout outs, Key?
Shout out to the chat. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Shout out to those that tuned in. Hopefully you subscribed. And we want y'all to subscribe.
Yes.
Hit that subscription
talk.
button. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to us.
Please.
Now that's on YouTube. That's on Twitch. If you don't follow us on Instagram, come on over. Now the TikTok, follow us there. We about to update the TikTok. The TikTok,
Yeah.
got to get caught up. But
Yeah.
yeah, follow us there too, man. Anywhere you can be in tune to what's going on and what we got brewing, because it's about to be crazy. It's about to be crazy this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
man.
some things, man. Yeah, follow us next week, man. Next week we on to something else. You know what I'm saying? Live music reviews. Live music reviews. Let's get it going.
Okay.
Let's get it going. You know, calling all artists.
Most
Calling
definitely.
all artists. Come on. You're gonna send your music in. You know what I'm saying? And let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Yeah, man. So yeah, this has been a beautiful journey down this soundtrack, man. Classic. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I didn't even realize that Suge Knight and Dr. Dre was the ones that, you know, till you go into
Produced
like
it, or
go into your study and it's like, oh, you know, checking them credits like Kirk Quinn would say.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But yeah, this concludes another episode of Vibes and Combo. You know what I'm saying? We bring it to you, man, with that R&B. We out this thing. Peace.
right.